Well, hello, my beautiful friends. How are ya? How you doing? My name is Jackie, if you don't know me, from the Financial Literacy Tribe, and I'm coming at you with a brand new video. Oh yeah, okay. I'm coming at you with a brand new video today. For today, we are talking about what is, in my opinion, guys, you know, I am all about budgeting. I love learning about new budgeting styles. I love learning about new budgeting types, new strategies for budgeting. It makes me all tingly inside. I get so excited. So when I tell you I have come across a fair amount of budgeting styles during my journey thus far, my financial journey, I'm coming to you 100% honest when I say, very serious now, very serious when I say that this is probably, not even probably, this is definitively the easiest budget that I have ever encountered in my life. This is the easiest budget that exists in the universe. This is literally the easiest budget. It does not get any easier than the budget that we're going to talk about today. Have I piqued your interest? If so, let's jump right in. The 60% budget, as mentioned, is, in my opinion, literally the easiest budget that exists on planet Earth. If you are not the type of individual who likes crunching numbers, keeping receipts, tracking how much it is that you're spending, looking at your bank statement. If you get anxiety from looking at your credit card or your bank statement, this is the budget for you. It literally does not get easier. Excuse me while I eat my yogurt and get my cultures. Gotta get some cultures in. So this is literally the easiest budget that exists. Specifically, as mentioned, if you're the type of person who gets a lot of anxiety from tracking how much it is that you're spending on specific categories, keeping track of receipts, and looking at statements like your bank statement or your credit card statement, if that whole thing makes you really, really nervous or gives you anxiety, this, my friends, is the perfect budget for you. So let's jump right in. So the budget that we're discussing today, which is the 60% budget, comes from this financial theory, this financial recommendation by author Richard Jenkins, who is the editor-in-chief for MSN Money. So he's an author and an editor for MSN. Really, really super smart guy. And basically, he's the one who kind of coined this term, and this is his general recommendation in terms of how it is that he handles his finances personally. And that is known as the 60% solution. So definitely make sure to check out his stuff. I'll link in the description box some links for you if you are interested in reading some of his articles and different things that he has written up. But in general, easiest budget that has ever existed, as mentioned. A synopsis of this overall budget is that 60% of your money is what you're going to use to pay your bills with. So all of your fixed expenses, like your rent or your mortgage, your car payment, gas in your car, your gas and electric, I don't know, whatever your expenses are, food, different things like that, is coming out of 60% of your income. That's how much you're dedicating toward your bills, is 60%. You probably didn't need a YouTube video to tell you that. It's in the title. But so yeah, that's basically how the 60% solution works. In terms of the rest of the income, that's where it kind of gets interesting. So he believes that out of all of your income, 10% of it should be called fun money. We like fun money. That's the money that you get to spend on vacations and clothes and going out to eat and things that you really enjoy. So 10% of your money would go towards fun stuff like that, toward living your best life. Live your best life with your fun money. The rest of it, which would be 30% if you were keeping track and or have a calculator and or are good at math, the remaining 30% go toward savings. And he even goes as far as to give specific designations on how it is that you should be allocating the remainder of the 30% toward savings. He believes that 10% should go toward long-term savings. So I always think in terms of long-term savings like emergency funds, down payment on a house, sinking funds for major purchases. Those would be considered like long-term savings. Another 10% goes towards short-term savings, which is like, I don't know, your car breaks down or something and you just need the money really quickly. Unplanned expenses that you did not plan for, like car repairs or something like that. And then the other 10% directly toward retirement. So in terms of the difference between the 10% that you're putting toward long-term savings versus the 10% that you're putting toward short-term savings, Jenkins believes that the 10% that you're putting toward your long-term savings is for things such as your emergency fund, which if you've watched any of my prior videos, you would know that your emergency fund, a fully funded emergency fund, should have about 3 to 6 months worth of your expenditures in it. So that's a nice chunk of change. That's a pretty substantial amount of money, depending on how much it is that you spend every single month. But so that would be an example of your long-term savings, is anything that you're putting towards your emergency funds or even sinking funds for like major purchases like putting a down payment on a house or purchasing a vehicle. These are very large purchases and it's going to take you a little while to save up the full amount. So as a result, 10% of your income should be going into a long-term savings specifically for that. And he doesn't feel like you should put that into like a savings account. He feels that you should put 10% long-term savings should go into a taxable investment account. So I always think of, when I hear taxable investment account, I think of a Roth IRA because it's already taxed. So I'm allowed to take that money out without any type of penalties or additional taxation. So just as a quick recap for the 60% budget, stemming from the 60% Solution by Richard Jenkins, 60% of your income should be going toward paying off all of your actual expenditures and bills. So your rent, your mortgage, your gas and electric, your food, all of that stuff comes out of the initial 60% of your income. Of the remaining 40%, 10% of that is fun money. So you can spend it on whatever the heck it is that you want to. And then the remaining 30% should go specifically toward savings. And he has even gone as far as to sit there and kind of designate and allocate 10% of that toward retirement, 10% of that toward long-term savings, and then an additional 10% in a high-yield savings account for short-term savings. And that, my friends, is the 60% budget. Easiest budget in the world. In terms of pros, again, in my opinion, this is probably the easiest budget that has ever existed. Like literally for me to sit there and take 60% of what I make and just live off of that in terms of my expenses, and then everything else, the additional 40, it's all kind of laid out for you, bam, 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 in terms of where it is that you're putting the money. So simplicity, points for that. Again, this is going to be great for the person who gets a lot of anxiety from sitting there tracking expenses. You don't have to track anything because the 60% that you're allowed to spend, that's what you're allowed to spend. If you want to blow it all on groceries or whatever it is that you're blowing it all on, that's up to you. You're only allowed to spend that 60. So I think that it does a really good job of keeping things super simple. What I did not like about it is that I kind of don't understand fully the purpose or the benefit of having two different savings categories. Like I kind of found that to be a little bit, I don't know. Like I fully understand why you would put 10% of your income towards retirement. I think that that's great. And it's definitely separate, right? In terms of life. Retirement money versus savings money, they're both savings technically, but they're very different in terms of what it is that the goal is. So I understand that. But do you really need a separate long-term savings versus a short-term savings? I don't know. I find it to be a little, not pointless, but I just don't know if it's effective or if I get the reasoning and the rationale behind why you would do that. I'm not sure. But anyway, other than that, a fabulous budget. I highly recommend. Definitely, if you try this particular budget, be sure to let me know in the comment section because I would be interested to hear about it. And that's going to do it for me today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not currently subscribed. And you can find additional content just like this at my blog, which is available at focusedfrugalfab.com. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.